I would say the objective is to give people a different perspective on situations that everybody deals with. Like there's things that happens to everybody, whether it's like dealing with like going into like a new environment or like dealing with being like lazy, even though like back then you were more energized, dealing with like setting goals and things like that. And something I've learned over time is that when you merge kind of different mindsets together, the outcome is greater than the sum of its parts. This is kind of something that will not only help the people watching, but will help the people in the podcast slash video and myself included. I would say the style is pretty conversational. I wouldn't say it's like formal. I wouldn't say it's super casual either. Like when you're like around like a campfire, I think that's the best way to describe it. When you're around a campfire and you're just kind of just talking about things. That's the vibe that this podcast will have. The host is going to be, but not limited to, myself. I'm going to be asking kind of the questions or guiding the conversation forward. And I'm going to be bringing in people that are interested in kind of speaking on different issues that people go through all the time. Everybody. And I don't want to just make it very vague, but it's everybody that can give you a different perspective on something that you didn't have before. So I'm not going to bring in like a doctor to teach you about doctor stuff. I would bring in like a doctor to talk about how they were so driven to get through like certain things that they had to get through to become a doctor and things like that. To maybe and hopefully like motivate one person or two people to be able to do that for themselves. And like I said like a couple of seconds ago, the podcast host is myself, but not limited to myself. So if someone wants to come in and ask the questions, or wants to go both ways, like answer questions and ask me questions, it could go both ways. So yeah, the podcast is going to be hosted in Def Film Studio. It's going to be pretty tough because we're going to have to, like follow all the regulations and things like that, especially since it's getting worse in Rhode Island with COVID. But in general, it'll be in the space. And then if not, it'll be kind of online. Each episode is going to be uploaded, or segments of each episode is going to be uploaded on Instagram. I think the full thing will sometimes be on Instagram, or the full thing will be on IGTV. It'll be on YouTube. Parts of it will be on TikTok. Parts of it will be on... for Instagram, it'll be on Zanny Daily, probably. On Instagram, it'll be on like a new channel I make for podcasts. And then on TikTok, it will probably just be on my normal TikTok, but like a TikTok version of it. So it's like a segment of it that's like vertical or something like that. Maybe like one question out of the whole podcast gets asked straight to like my phone camera or something like that. And then it'll be like on my like normal LinkedIn. It'll just be on like every social media platform you can think of. It'll exist on there. For the distribution of this podcast, it'll be bi-weekly. If it was a specific day, it would most likely be on Sunday. I think for the most part, they're not going to be like crazy long. This one will vary from like 15 minutes to like 60 minutes. And I think it'll just average between the middle, because I'll be editing not to kind of change around what was said, but to kind of, get out the fluff, the random banter that was like in between it and things like that. Also, it'll probably be catered for the platform. So obviously like on TikTok, it'll just be like a very short segment of it. LinkedIn will be like probably like some highlights from it. IGTV might have the whole thing. Instagram might have like a 30-second segment of it. And then YouTube will probably have the whole thing. You might like scroll past it on like Instagram and then see like, I want to watch the whole thing, and then just go on IGTV, or you might just find it on YouTube and see the whole thing there. But yeah, it'll vary in size. And when it comes to how I'm going to produce it, I'm going to record it in Def Film. It's going to be recorded on the microphone I'm talking in right now. It's going to sound the way I sound right now, exactly. Obviously, if it's online, it'll sound a little bit different. the other person might sound a little bit different. I might just use the same microphone for the online stuff. But yeah, all the branding, all the editing, all the like bringing in of people, like who will come in, and all like the releasing and things like that will be managed by Def Film. So yeah, that's a summary of what the Xander Launch podcast is going to be about. I mean, basically, this is kind of just the first one I'm doing to get it started, but it's so that I can kind of get the momentum going. So yeah, this is the Xander Launch podcast, and we'll be releasing some content soon. Thanks for listening or watching.